Yeah, he's just pulled another one out of the hole. I'm just trying to get underneath here and just see if there's something similar. But that's nice. Look at this little guy. This is incredible. He's not moving at all. Mark says he's cold and he's hibernating, and that's probably what the... So I see the rock is tending towards lumpy and crystally here, and it's kind of an in-cutting, so you'd figure good chance that maybe crystal forms, and sure enough, look what I find here, man. Some lovely little feldspars, very neatly formed, and there's more down there, and this undercuts. Undercutting is a good trait, right? But I mean, have a look. Okay, so this is the ridge line. So we've got a ridge line running straight this way, and then there's one down that way running parallel. So yeah, man, this is a mineral rich area. This is just beautiful. Hey, so this is Josh. He's one of our neighbors on the claims. This is some of the stuff Josh has been finding in the area. Not sure exactly where it is, and neither is he, but at this point, but beautiful, just absolutely clear quartz. Much like with the second claim we ever staked and learned that the only thing we owned was what was underneath the lake. So, wow, that's fantastic stuff, Josh. Yeah, thank you, man. Pretty cool, right? So here's some really beautiful stuff. Just some amazingly large tremolite with pyrite in it. We got some more tremolite spines down here. I mean, yeah. Oh, look at this, man. I was just poking around and we found, look at all these, look at these feldspars. Look at the size of some of them, right? Some beautiful ones. There's one up there. You know, big ones there. Going through, so far I'm seeing feldspar and calcite. And of course, we're on the search for the quartz crystals, but I mean, sometimes something like this in itself is a good find, right? Definitely, yeah.
Even though I know it wasn't Bill, we'll still blame.
Yeah, yeah.
No more bills.
Well, the lower you go down, there seems to be some real nice ones lower down. And, you know, I've just found, that's quite a nice one. That's going to clean up well. All kinds of lovely feldspars.
Okay.
There's one here. There's another one. I'll tell you what it is that led me to this spot here. Number one, okay, it's a ridge line and Mark's been finding stuff down there. So much at the same level, right? There's a bunch of calcite here, and the fact that you got a bit of a gully here says that maybe it's some kind of a fissure where there's calcite. Well, then I start finding a lot of broken rock, right? So I'm following along the base of this fissure, which has never really been exposed to the air, and I'm finding tons of broken stuff, little crystals, and then I start to find this kind of stuff here, right? Which you can see. Example being something like that. Okay, so I can see there's crystals in there. It's just got to be cleaned up. I'm finding stuff like that. That's really kind of beautiful. So here in this particular specimen, you can very clearly see what's going on. You've got the calcite sort of into a bit of a hollow, and then around it is growing the feldspars. As you can see there, there's a feldspars on either side. So basically we know what's going on in this hole. Calcite has intruded into the fissures, and we're going to find a whole bunch of this feldspar growing alongside of it. So I'm just going to keep digging down. I'll show you what I find. I've just pulled up a mineral, and what I see behind there is a hollow space. And hollow spaces in this environment will have crystals. Let's see what I can bring out of there. So what I'm finding are these plates of small, very small quartz crystals, but beautiful and packed in tight together. A bit of calcite on the end there on the right hand side. Yeah, this is beautiful stuff, so I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm just going to keep on working and see what I find, show you at the end of it. There's so much delicate stuff I'm going to now dig with like an archaeologist, basically, right? There's too much that I can easily break, but I mean, look at this. As you clean, there are crystals all over the place, right? It's just, are there any decent plates worth keeping? The deeper I go, the better it's getting. I could actually see like steam coming out of the hole when I first busted open, but isn't that a beautiful little kind of feldspar thing, right? Like two kind of crystals sort of joined together, and then one little surface lump right there, right? That's nice. That is really nice. Yeah, so you can see the hole. And I guess basically I'm digging blind in there. I'm just putting my hands down and feeling. I've got a rock in a narrow fissure and then a rock in front of it. And in order to get the rock out in front of it, which I can feel has crystals on it, I got to get the rock out behind it. So I got to dig around with my fingers. There's only enough space for my finger. Get my fingers in there, dig around it on all sides. I'm bringing up lots of small, like little plates of tiny quartz crystals, but very well formed and very lustrous. I'm going to keep working at that. I got to get that rock out in front because I know it's got some nice crystals on it. And of course back there you got Mark. He's having a go at the Feldspar area. It looks like this area has maybe been blasted too when they were looking for uranium in the 1950s. But I mean, they obviously haven't got down to things like this. This is a fissure. It's got calcite in it. Both walls have really beautiful feldspar crystals, and of course there's quartz in there as well. But yeah, what a beautiful day for rock hounding. Like our intention was to basically, this is what I got so far, by the way. Our intention was to just start off here in the morning, look for some quartz, and follow up and just see if we could find the quartz that Josh had told us about. His father had walked in from somewhere over there and had gone along, and he wasn't able to tell us exactly the route his father took, but we figure it must have been along a ridge edge that he found this beautiful, beautiful quartz, right? Find of the day. What do we got there, Mark? Oh my goodness.
Malformed semi-skeletal quartz of some sort.
Yeah.
Pretty
wow.
cool though, eh?
Yeah, the quartz is all coming together. Let me get a picture of that. More stuff coming out. I'm still not getting that rock I'm trying to reach. But this is clearly, you can see this is a calcite crystal. Yeah, calcite. You know, you can see the faces, but it's pretty splintered, right? It's gonna break apart very shortly. Oh, guys, I'm going through hell to try and get this thing out. My hands are raw and bleeding. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's like playing some kind of weird puzzle, trying to fit this complicated crystal rock, which I can feel with the tips of my fingers, trying to fit it through this hole that's possibly too small for it. So I'm flipping it around every sort of direction. My hands are slipping, my nails are torn. It's hurting, but it's going to be worthwhile. You're going to see the rock in a minute here, because you can just maybe see it right there. See it? See the crystals on it? So I'm just wiggling it slowly but surely to get it out, but it's going to be a beautiful rock when I do. That and pieces are what I had to get out. And this is what I managed to pull out of that little tiny hole by maneuvering it in every direction. What a find. Incredible feldspars. This fissure just keeps on giving. Look at this. Unreal. Look at that, eh? So it looks like you've got some kind of, I don't know what that is, little tiny prismatic crystals, and then you've got your sort of more tiny little prismatic crystals down there, and then you've got your more blocky feldspar crystals up above, and I can feel more down there as well, right? Right now somebody's shooting away just down there with a shotgun. I don't know to what extent they realize that we're here, but yeah, gives you a bit of a fright once in a while, you know. So cooling temperature will dictate what kind of feldspar you end up with. So as we've talked about, the fissures within our Bear Lake 2 property all have different temperatures from which they began cooling. Now typically a northite will cool out first, and that is a calcium-rich feldspar, and then it is following a continuous series of cooling whereby the mineral itself transitions into the next, which is a sodium-rich feldspar, which is what they call elbite. That's the second to cool out of that. And what has happened is it's also lost a single silica atom within its chemical formula. And then towards the very end, you're going to end up with a microcline or orthoclase feldspar, which is rich in potassium. Now, I mean, there's a lot of complexity when you're trying to identify a feldspar, and we'll get into that at a later video, because we're obviously on the rock hunt right now, and I don't want to interrupt for too long. But basically, one of the key features is with a plagioclase feldspar, you're going to identify fine parallel striations on the cleavage surfaces. Both feldspars are triclinic, both the microcline orthoclase and the plagioclase feldspars, they're both triclinic. Usually there's, in the microcline, there's usually a lack of color as well, although plagioclase can also be, transitioning between white and gray. So feldspar is a pretty complex thing to get into. See the kind of natural crystal shape in the calcite. Basically, I believe it's a trigonal crystal off the top of my head, and you can see how it's all fracturing. Calcite has some very distinctive cleavages, and you can see all of the lines where it's starting to wear and then cleave. I mean, the calcite is exceptionally susceptible to the rainwater. It's somewhat acidic as it comes out of the sky, and then when the rainwater actually hits the ground, it runs through the vegetation, and rotting vegetation and rainwater equal carbonic acid, which dissolves the calcite in a very rapid manner. That's kind of like how caves form, right? Same idea. It's a question of either erosion or deposition within the cave of the calcite. And of course, at the surface, generally calcite will erode. The water will hold quite a significant amount of calcite, and as it gets into a cave, and it's going in a cave and then suddenly it hits a cavern, carbon dioxide bubbles out of the supersaturated water mixture, and as a result the water can no longer hold the dissolved calcite because it was supersaturated. Now that the carbon dioxide leaves, the carbonic acid reduces itself in concentration and strength, and immediately calcite is dropped in terms of speleothems. And the speleothem is a deposition, and the speleogen is actually an erosive feature within a cave, but it's all related to calcite again. There it is. Yeah, there's a shard from down in the hole. I just felt it with the tips of my fingers, pulled it forward, thought it might be a piece of calcite. What it is, it's greenish in color. I figure it's probably augite, right? So yeah, there's an unusual kind of mineral find, but again, we're not in our calcium vein dike fissures like we typically would be. This is a whole different ball game. Question is, what is that little crystal? It's definitely hexagonal in shape. It looks like to be striated straight up and down. Is it something like a tremolite? Or is it something else? That's a question to everybody, man. Everybody weigh in, man. Clever people, give me an answer. Michael Adamowitz. Come on, buddy. You must know.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Quartz.
What?
And you found feldspar.
You found quartz?
Yeah.
And I found feldspar. My feldspar is a beautiful crystal, brother.
We're here for quartz.
We're here for quartz, but I greatly doubt you got anything good, man.
Epic fail.
The fact that you're carrying it up against your stomach says you're really treasuring what you found here.
Oh.
Let's see what the heck you got. Let's have a look.
Yes.
Let's have a look. Oh, no way, dude.
There goes another one there.
Oh my goodness, that is a nice one. Yeah, I like that.
There's a couple of them there.
Yeah, so look at this quartz. I mean, it's definitely a lot different from what Josh showed us, right? And what his father had found. But wow, look at this, man. This is beautiful stuff. This has got a lovely sort of, like a deep orangey brown deep inside. I think it's hematite or something like that. But whoa, see, I got a bad habit. My hand drifts off to the left when I'm filming here, so sometimes I start talking and out of the picture the quartz disappears or whatever. But yeah, that's
It's just slightly malformed, eh? It's like the cookie dough that's halfway to a cookie, but not a full cookie, you know?
I'll still eat the dough, brother.
Yeah, somebody took it out of the oven a little early.
Yeah, that's a nice, that is really nice, and looks like you've almost got an end on that end, on the far end of it. It's almost terminated, probably was. So that's off what you found this morning?
No, that's another little boulder that had a pocket in it.
Oh, that's nice. This is my favorite one, probably. You'd be happy, Mark. That's like an amazing piece of...
No, I need better.
Better?
I know there's better, so this doesn't cut it.
You're too much of a perfectionist.
Oh, I like a nice cabinet.
Oh, you have a nice cabinet. There's no question about that. Yeah.
But no, it's almost there, but not quite for me.
Yeah, well, the way we do it, right? You know, like we've each got something that we keep our best crystals in. Mark has his cabinet. If he finds a better crystal than what's in his cabinet, he replaces the worst crystal. Yeah, the lesser crystal. Good. Good finds though, Mark. Well done, man. I can't recall who it was. I know it was somebody quite recently on my emails and stuff when we were talking, and I suggested, hey, you know, I can sell you something, or you can find the same stuff, right? And he replied, well, you know, I want to, it's not the same to buy it. I want to find my own. It was Titanite, actually, right? I think it was Dario. Yeah, it was Dario. And I get it, because, I mean, yeah, you could buy a piece of quartz like that, 80, $100 maybe, but to find it is just so much better a deal, man. It's a real good feeling when you find the stuff out in nature. You know, oh, by the way, I'm starting to see some black flies. It's not a pleasant thing to see. So you pretty well know by the time people are coming up on the claim, May 2-4, guys, you need to bring yourself a bug net if you've got one, and definitely some DEET. See anything interesting?
Yeah, the walls are quite interesting, aren't they?
You're damn right. Put your hand down. You can feel like the sill underneath there is just all crystals. Yeah.
Under my hand.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel quartzy though, does it?
Oh, there's a nice big feldspar. It's just busted, right? But yeah. No, it doesn't feel quartzy. As I say, the quartz was in patches.
There's a lot of crystal going on there, though.
Dude, I'm trying to avoid your butt crack here.
Oh, sorry, man.
No, it's okay. We didn't see your butt crack.
Give people nightmares.
No, don't worry, brother. Don't worry. Rockhounds are different. They don't give a damn. Rockhounds don't care about stuff like that. It's like plumbers.
Yeah, that's interesting. You gotta force it open though somehow.
I'm gonna just start chiseling, man. See what happens. I got a bit of time is on my side right now today. Well, maybe it's not. It's gonna rain.
Like this, maybe.
Yeah. But that crack should run all along underneath this rock. And will it be nice? The guy wouldn't normally dig like this unless he suspected something good was coming. And I think he's right. I can hear the thunder, by the way.
Yeah, so can I.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
It'll be here next time we come. And as we're both retired, I'm a senior citizen, he is not. But the point of the matter is, we have time. We have time and our business will thrive.
Yeah. Come back here Sunday.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I'm with you, man. Thing. Where we are. Nothing like a calcium vein dike fisher so far. I know there's calcium, but we're finding a lot of quartz in with our stuff, right? That was the purpose, right? We took this claim, we were hoping for some quartz.